Loveline, coast to coast.
It's Loveline. I'm Adam Carolla. That is Dr. Drew. Over there, phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. Fax number forget about that fax number. We never see a fax here. Do we? Have you?
No. But Adam, I was feeling...
hold on. Anderson says no paper in the fax machine.
Oh, shocking. Shocking.
They run such a tight ship at this dump known as Westwood One. Please, I've said this a few times. If anybody has any money to invest it in Westwood One. It is all profit. Every penny. Nothing goes back into equipment. Nothing goes into supplies. And certainly not into talent. Not vending machines. Not plastic spoons. There's no goddamn paper cups in this place. It is a out-and-out dump. This place looks like a ski chalet that was used in a porn film in 1974. It really is. And it has not changed a bit. And I really hope the guy who worked on this is listening. Sir, you are a hack. There is some of the worst carpentry I've ever seen in my life in this studio and on these facilities. And I, as an ex-carpenter, am offended each and every time I enter this building.
I would like to complain that I have to endure your complaining every night. Every time we walk to the bathroom, we have to look at the door jams.
Yeah, see, they should have used base shoe there. They use quarter round, and they should have used base shoe.
Every night. And then what follows is pure hack. Pure hack.
Pure hackitude. This entire place was done by a one-armed, blind, drunk carpenter. I mean, really some of the worst carpentry I've ever seen in my life. And you know what I would like to do? Here's what I'd like to do once they throw me off the air for talking about everything but love on Loveline. I would like to give guided tours of Westwood One and explain to young school children so they don't take bad turns from a carpentry standpoint. Here's where this guy went wrong in every facet of this building. I will start in the lobby. I'll finish in the gentleman's head, and we'll be a 16-hour tour.
Yep.
We'll go by the vending machine that has nothing in it except for worm-filled trail mix, and that's well to conclude. I think at the worm-filled trail mix vending machine.
That'll be fair. It's moth-filled.
Moth. Sorry. Drew ate some larvae.
And could you, given that that's going to be your future career, could you refrain from giving me that tour every night?
Every night, Drew. I got to warm up on somebody. Nicole Sullivan is our guest tonight. She's in her 6th season from Mad TV. This show, they said, wouldn't last. Actually, they being the cast, not anybody. Not any of the executives or anything, just the actual cast said it wouldn't last. And maybe...
We had the worst attitude in Hollywood those first couple years.
I've most of the time people come on this show and they're sort of stoic, They're like, you go like, how's it look for next year? They go, they take a beat, they look at each other and they go, oh, looks good.
We'll see.
Good. Yeah,
we'll see.
It looks good.
Keep it a spot.
Yeah, but keep it up. You guys are like, show's going. It's a sinking ship. We're rats. We got to get off this thing. I'm hoping
for
my
last 2 years. Last 2 years, when was I? I was doing some pilot or something. We're going to the Mad TV set. We're going to watch their last show.
Yeah.
Going to watch the last. That becomes like
the last episode.
Yeah, the last episode. That's been 3 years in a row. You've had the last episode.
Yeah. And I've personally said goodbye approximately 712 times. Like, that's it, guys. I'm moving on. Gotta move on.
And I heard it got picked up for like 2 or 3 years
now we're on the air to like 2005.
Now you have to leave.
Yeah. I know it's true because now they're definitely saying I have to go.
Yeah. Is this the longest extension you guys have gotten?
Yeah, like they started picking up shows like 2 years at a time, but before the 2 years ran out, they did like 2 more. So this is definitely the longest, considering that we were like minute by minute for the first few years. I'm
trying to think of what the longest running beside SNL sketch comedy show around has been. And
one of them.
People remember SCTV and shows like that, but I think like SCTV was like 3 years or something.
Yeah, if that, I think.
Yeah, maybe, or Kids in the Hall, a couple of years, or maybe a few more in Canada.
Well, Adam,
is this the longest one other than SNL?
Yeah, definitely.
And with all kindness to the remaining cast, you think it's going to make it without Nicole?
She going somewhere?
She'll be back. Here.
Oh, I see. All right. Drew, I'm tired tonight. Don't screw with me.
This time next year.
All right, so anyway, Saturday nights, 11:30.
11.
Oh, well, there it is. Right there. Drew?
Yeah.
How many times would you say the wrong time has been given to me in the course of my short television radio career?
What I don't understand, it's certainly most of the time.
No, it's not most of the time.
It feels like most of the time. I don't know why you...
No, it doesn't. It's not. I don't get the wrong... I don't get the wrong time delivered to me most of the time.
It's either the wrong time or the wrong network or the wrong night. It's one of those three.
No, that Ann is yelling in my ear and saying it's not true, and it is not true. That is not most of the time. It's about 40% of the time.
Okay, all right.
But it's not. It's definitely not the overwhelming majority of the time. And
It's not Ann's fault, by the way. It's
No,
not
no,
your
no,
fault.
no,
It comes in
no,
the publicist
no,
packages.
no.
Yeah.
Whatever.
And for like a heartbeat was like, boy, Adam's really defending me. And then about minute number 10 of the no, I think she flew me the bird. No, I usually get, this was something used to happen on MTV quite constantly.
Most of the time, right?
Quite a bit. Yeah.
That's more fun too, because then you can see all the faces as the actors. No, actually, the WB.
And I know it's 11 o'clock because I am home Saturday nights at 11 o'clock.
Why are you home Saturday nights?
I sit home every goddamn chance I get. That is my life. And you know what it is? Because I drag my sorry hairy ass out of my house to do this show every night. I'll be damned if I'm going to be somewhere between the hours of 10 and midnight on the nights I don't have to be here.
Right.
It's a weird thing. And Drew, I don't know if you have that. Ann, I don't know if that's what you have. Or Anderson, if that's your thing. But I will sit home on a Friday night at like 10:15 and look at the clock and laugh. Hey, yeah. Look who's home. What am I going to do?
How many hours of sleep do you get a night usually?
Well, last night was tough because I had to get up at 6:30 this morning and shoot some nonsense. But
poor baby.
I usually do like 7.5. I'm fine. I take my little 20-minute naps. I just got a tough night last night. That's all. Dan?
Hello.
You're 19. What's up?
Hey, I've heard of girls soaking tampons in liquor and then putting them in, and I guess they get drunk that way.
Good times.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was wondering if that was safe.
Well, safe.
What I do is I'll soak a tampon in liquor and then just wring it out in a shot glass and then just do it that way because I don't want to suck on the thing. No, I wring it.
Okay.
Please, Drew.
I don't know how you get a soggy tampon in, but be that as it may.
Well, couldn't you, if you soak the applicator and the tampon itself? Do tampons now, they all have applicators?
No.
They don't all, but most do.
Both the OB, the really popular ones now, don't even have that anymore.
I don't know what those people are thinking. What's the extra inch of space in their purse that they can't afford to give that they're going to stick their fingers up there instead of just a nice little applicator? I don't know.
Well, I guess they do it so that they can pass the breathalyzer test.
No, that
wouldn't
affect it at all.
Well, because that measures blood alcohol.
Yeah, blood alcohol level, exactly. And I've heard of people putting things in their tuchus to get alcohol in their blood, but I've never heard of people putting stuff in their vagina. And again, they can be very irritating. It would definitely cause vaginitis and inflammations and infections of various types. So, not a good idea.
All right, Dan. A very thought-provoking question, though, Dan.
All right, thanks.
All right. Have fun in finishing school, okay? All right, take care of yourself there, Dan. I mean, unless you have something wrong with your mouth, I'd say don't put anything up.
It should be easier to do a shot, really.
I would think, yeah. Jacob?
Hello?
You're 14?
Oh, man, I've got problems with my balls.
Good times.
Oh, yes. They stink.
They stink?
They stink, man.
I almost set my balls on fire today.
Oh,
I really mean it. I don't mean figuratively. How dare you try to insult me in front of our guests?
I was going to say, he seems very touchy today, Nicole. He seems to want to impress you.
Because I know
normally he'd be actually lighting the fire.
Nicole is smitten with me. She can't help that. She's
I don't want to hear
woman.
anything about infatuation from this man.
Yeah, she doesn't want my...
Don't worry, it's loaded with talc down there. There's actually paper mache forming. He makes a mold of his penis every night.
I swear to you that I was doing a little experimenting with Gold Bond powder, which has a real sort of mentholatum kind of vibe to it. And your nuts, you don't know this, Nicole, but you could learn this right now. Your nuts are like a big sea sponge. They soak up the stuff around them.
Really?
Meaning one's nuts.
One's nuts. I'm telling you this.
Mine are steel.
If I dip my hand in gasoline and rub it on my thigh, I won't feel any sensation on my thigh.
Right.
If I dip my hand in gasoline and rub it on my nuts, I will feel burning.
Is it true that it is more porous? It's just more sensitive?
Both.
Wow.
But there's a different
Different kind of skin.
sensation
It's a
to it
different kind of
because
skin.
you can rub that gasoline underneath your armpit, and it's not bad. That's sensitive skin or someplace
No,
that's
this is a different kind of skin.
sensitive. This thing will burn. It feels as if it's absorbing the gasoline. And this Gold Bond I jumped like half a tub down my shorts today, and then I was doing some man show bit with a prosthetic penis that was loaded with water that sprung a leak, and it exploded in my pants, and it mixed with the Gold Bond, and my nuts gone on fire. It was very painful. Very painful.
If I just put my fingers in my ear and watch those hand movements he just went through, it's bizarre enough.
Yeah.
Forget what you actually said about having a water-filled penis that sprung a leak. And,
it was very entertaining in the studio.
Thank you, Jacob.
Yes.
So your nuts are where?
They stink.
Next to my asshole.
Scratch man. Yes.
No.
I see. All right. Do you think should we talk to him? You all right with him? How about dumping some talc down there?
How about...
No? He doesn't want advice?
I mean, he's 14. He's just had puberty. He may not really understand how much hygiene needs have changed now that the hormones are flowing and there's various sort of funk being emitted. Yeah. It may be about getting deodorant soaps and showering more frequently, and maybe some talc. And
does deodorant soap do anything?
Cotton shorts. Yeah, it's helpful.
Really?
Yeah, useful.
Really?
It's stinkier. Different kind of stink.
Mm.
Or maybe it's his butt, too. You know, sometimes you could mistake it one for the other.
I don't know. To me, I can tell. I mean, it's a different scent. Hey, you know, right?
I know the one. I don't know the other so well.
You know the sack, not the back?
No.
I know the butt, but I wouldn't know the sack smell so well.
Yeah. The sack smells a very variable smell.
So hold on. You're saying you know the butt, not the nut, but it's not the sack in the back.
The sack, no. Back, yes. Well, I have a back. I don't have a sack.
Right. That's true. That's true.
Back butt, yes.
Yeah.
Nut, sack, no.
Nut, sack, no.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. Kate?
Yes.
You're 21. What's up?
Well, I'm a little nuts to begin with, so I know you're going to ream on me. But my husband and I, about 6 months ago, started having like a three-way with one of our good friends, and it lasted about 6 months. And it was really just me with him, and my husband really didn't care. And then
so it was a male?
Yeah. I question if my husband's bi.
Was he doing stuff with the guy?
No, but he kind of wanted to, but he wouldn't full out admit it, you know?
Well, how do you know he wanted to if he wouldn't do anything?
Well, like, he wanted to, both of them, be in me at the same time.
No.
Yeah.
He what? What?
Both be in at the same time?
Yeah, I wouldn't go for that.
He wanted to do that?
Yeah.
That makes him bi?
Well, he's done other things that's kind of...
Hold on a second. You're taking your penis and another guy's penis and pushing it through the same male slot.
Oh, I thought that...
Do you understand?
I think she means the back and the front.
This is the back and the butt.
I've watched way too much porn. I have no idea what's
logistically possible.
Anus and vagina, right?
Huh?
Yeah. Still borderline gay. But you do have that thin piece of skin in between the two. But I think you would probably... Couldn't you still feel them inside? You think you could?
What is up with you, Kate, that you need that kind of intense arousal? Were you physically abused growing up?
Well, my dad was very verbal abusive and beat up my brother, my sister, my mom.
Never beat you up, though?
No. Well, when I was older, but it was kind of... I did it, so...
Let me ask again. He never beat you up?
Well, we fought together.
He never beat you up?
He never truly beat me up, yeah.
So he never sent you to the hospital?
No,
But he beat the crap out of you?
She said when they were older. She was old. How old?
I was 16.
Oh, so you were freaked out and rebellious and...
Oh, yeah, I was totally nuts. I'm schizoaffective, so...
Ooh, ouch.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, are you on medication?
Is that a real word?
Schizoaffective, it's a personality disorder, basically.
Oh, what does it mean?
It's close to schizophrenia, but it's with a prominent mood disturbance, but you don't sound
schizophrenic with an attitude.
It's not a real common one, and it's thought and mood disturbance.
Well, the doctors can't decide whether I'm depressive or schizoaffective.
You don't sound schizoaffective to me. You can't. Schizoaffective usually is very cold, very detached.
What medication are you on?
Well, you want all of them?
Depakote, Zyprexa, or Risperidol?
No, I'm on Seroquel, Trazodone, Tegretol, Wellbutrin, and Xanax.
Okay, just tell us the ones you aren't on. We only got 2 hour show. Well, all right. Here's my thing. Don't breed.
Okay.
You don't have any kids. Oh.
She's got a great sense of humor.
Yeah, please take this in the spirit in which it's intended. But why do all the goddamn nut jobs have the kids? Do you realize that's how you kill off a planet? That's the best way to do it. That's nature's way to just kill the planet. Just have all the screwball, the schizo-affective folks just populate, and then everyone just kill each other.
I want to go back to whether her husband's gay. I'm kind of interested. You said he did other stuff, like with other things with guys that you sort of heard, or you mentioned he was drunk or something like that?
Well, he's very feminine, like unbelievably feminine. And he kind of likes guys, but...
Well, feminine doesn't mean you're gay. I mean, look at Richard Simmons. He's
gay.
Bad example.
Really?
How about
a feminine?
Yeah.
How about the interior?
It's a feminine.
Look for the areas. Fill that space, all right?
Yeah, that's Lowe. What the hell's that guy's name? Chris Lowe.
Chris Lowe.
He's a surprise interior decorator. I see him on TV. He's not gay. I see a wedding ring on his hand. Yeah, look at me.
Okay, what are you calling about?
Well, I'm very upset about this. I don't know if
about you having
deserve it or
what? Deserve what?
Well, he turned around and he slept with my best friend while I was in the other room. So
during that threesome night.
Well, it was one of the times that we had a threesome.
Another friend, not the guy.
Yeah, a female friend, right?
Yeah, it was one of my good friends.
Yeah.
How dare he?
Yeah.
After you've been cornholing with the other guy.
Yeah.
Well, he okayed that. I even called him every time that was his thing. I had to call him and ask him.
Oh, my God. There's some sort of release you signed for each other?
No, there might as well have been.
All right, Kate. Listen. I got to talk to Kate for a second. Kate, how many kids do you have?
Just one.
Okay. Your vagina should be sealed with cement and cinder block. Do you hear me? Like Al Capone's vault. That's what your vagina should be. So help me Christ, if you have any more kids, I will consider you public enemy number one.
You can't on all these meds.
You can. You're just gonna single-handedly screw up the country.
Are you taking birth control?
Yeah, I have an IUD.
Good. Good. All right. Focus on that one kid and focus on being a good mama, and that means stability in the relationship.
But what do you think I should do?
I think let him go. Listen, recommit yourself to this relationship. Get back into practice a little monogamy here.
Right.
You got a lot of chaos and a lot of difficulty containing your emotions. Why not just stay in a calm, de-escalated, non-dramatic relationship? Don't get into these threesomes. They always destabilize things. Obviously, it sort of threw open the door for other boundary issues to be violated. Just recommit to each other, start over, and don't have any agreements where you can do anything away from each other.
That's wonderful advice. Kim?
Yes?
You're 33?
Yes.
What's up?
Oh, well, I've been divorced for 7 years, and I have no sexual drive whatsoever, none. I haven't had sex in 7 years since my divorce. I don't...
Are you on medication?
No, I'm not.
But women can do that. You and I talking about this in lesbian relationships, that eventually they stop having very quickly. No, I was talking to a lesbian couple about this, and apparently it's routine in lesbian relationships for sex to just stop.
Really? Oh, yeah?
They have sex for a few months and then they don't anymore. If there's no
really?
penis. Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yes.
We're going to get a lot of calls from a lot of angry lesbians.
No, I'm sure there are lesbians that continue to have sex, but it's real common for it. Apparently,
I think that women who that's a huge pet peeve of mine. Is women who pretend that they want to have sex as much as men, that they just can't get enough, are lying through their teeth and have so many. I swear to it. I just can't. It's just not possible. 7 years is a long time. But do you go out with guys and you're not attracted to them once you're in the room with them?
Oh, no, I'm very attracted to men. Very.
Is it just that you need to find a relationship?
Yeah, I think maybe I'm a little bit scared of a relationship. And
you're fat.
Oh, Drew, please, Drew. First off, let me correct my partner. When a lesbian couple makes love, it's called les off. It is not makes love. Do you understand?
I said having sex.
Having sex. It's not having lesing off. Do you understand? Please, we're going to get letters. Kim, if you met the right guy, do you think you'd get horny?
I don't know, because my marriage wasn't a good one. There was some abuse involved, and he was not. He had several affairs on me.
All right, so
and,
you're a
I
mess.
say faithful, but I just, when I talk to friends of mine, they're like, "Oh my God, you haven't had sex in 7 years. What's wrong with you?" And I'm
no,
like,
you're all right. But I think if you found a relationship, it would suddenly come back, so to speak. But here's what you got to watch out for. You're the kind of person who will suddenly start dating like an 18-year-old. And yes, and that's what people. Okay, good, but that's what people do in your situation.
Now she would have done it.
She would have done it already.
Think about that.
Yeah, you're right. She would have done it right away.
She would have done it in month number 3.
Well, what a lot of women do is that they just get a boy toy just to sort of have sex. They just check out on men altogether and start having just this sexual fling.
You know, I was just thinking, Kim, and this is true with a lot of our callers, just needs to replace the word sex with relationship.
Yes.
And they're talking about what's wrong with sex, what's wrong with the... why haven't they had sex? Kim needs to focus on being intimate, having a good relationship, and the sex will be right behind it.
When did you become so reasonable? You're too tired.
It's my presence. I tend to calm him down.
Well, he's sort of channeling through you.
Nicole Sullivan is here. She is, she's my Gohanzit.
Gohanzit?
That's a thing Buddhists sit by. It mellows them out. You know, they put fruit on it.
Right.
And they go, Nam Myoho Renge Kyo. You know what I like about Buddhism?
I know what it is. You decide what you want, you think about it.
You want a car? Chant on it. I'm like, but what about like options, like sunroof, air conditioning, stuff like that? Yeah, chant, throw that right in. Nam Myoho Renge Kyo.
Jaguar.
You basically think they're overly optimistic.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
And they're like, hey, it works. Yeah, if you sit down for an hour each day and just keep chanting the name of, like, color TV, you'll get a color TV a little bit faster. Your mind works that way.
Either that or time will pass so fast you don't realize you haven't handled it.
Nicole Sullivan is here from Mad TV, 11 o'clock Saturday night. Drew is... Drew, let me have a little conversation.
Aren't you incredibly hot?
Yes, I'm incredibly hot.
I was going to open the door for you.
I know, but... All right, Drew, let's talk about your passive-aggressive side when we come back, all right? All right.
Hey, this is Tyra Banks, and you're listening to Loveline with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew.
Yes, you is. Nicole Sullivan is our guest tonight.
Hi.
She's the hot blonde from Mad TV. 11 o'clock on Fox, Saturday nights. And it's, it's in its 6th season, and you're in your 6th season, right?
Yeah, the end of his 6th season.
How many people are there or have been there from the first season?
Me and Deborah Wilson.
I was going to say Deborah, but I thought maybe she came on in the second. I didn't know.
No, she was in the original cast.
Yeah.
That's it. Us two.
Deborah and I had a real serious heart-to-heart about 4 years ago about how she was going to be moving on. And the show was ending. I've had that with every one of the cast members. And
most of them have.
Rub it in, Drew.
No,
I don't mean. He doesn't mean that in a good way. We're moved on.
Yeah, exactly.
Moving on. Jimmy?
Yes.
You're 28. Oh, let's talk about that for 1 second. I know we're going to talk to you. Well, I think the problem with being in a sketch comedy show, because people use SNL and some of the other shows, maybe Kids in Hall or SCTV, is sort of a template. You're expected to move on in order to be successful, which is every other TV show staying on the air means your success.
Right.
Exactly.
If you have a sitcom and you're going into the 7th season and you're a cast member in that sitcom, hey, you're doing great. Like, no one says to you, a little disappointed, still here?
No one looked at Ted Danson like, come on, dude, what are you doing?
Still here?
Yeah, still cheers.
Yeah. I think that all the time, but actually, Tony Danza's the one I always think, really? Another show? Really? Is that? Do we need one? Don't you have 8? But if you're in doing sketch comedy, I think the expectation is like, well, you should be doing movies. You should.
Oh yeah, like you can tell. Like when we're going into like our 4th and 5th season, like casting directors or producers or whatever, like, good for you. My goodness, that's right. You've been. Oh, and now at the end of 6, they're like, so you're not going to go back, right? I mean, you can tell they really are just like, if you do, you're a little pathetic.
Yeah, but
we used to make fun of what's the black dude who's on Saturday Night Live forever?
Garrett Morris.
No,
Tim Meadows.
Tim Meadows. We used to make fun of him, and all of a sudden I was like, wait, how long was Tim on? Have I crossed Tim Meadows' line?
Oh yes, I think you may have crossed the Tim Meadows threshold.
I may have.
Although Tim Meadows was on SNL for like 4 years before you knew he was on SNL.
Right.
Jimmy, you're 28.
Correct.
What's up?
I kind of had a question probably geared more towards Dr. Drew.
Yeah.
The question is how to become resensitized to nudity and the sexual environment. I work in a strip club and have for a number of years, and you get so numb and desensitized to nudity, it kind of hurts things in the bedroom, if you know what I'm saying, with my wife and I. I was wondering if there's something I could do to rechannel myself and somehow become resensitized.
Yeah, I'm trying to interpret what he's saying, because whatever is happening is not what he thinks is happening. You understand what I'm saying?
Well, so, I mean, can it be like a guy who works at a chocolate factory wants to learn how to enjoy chocolate again on Easter? No, but that was pretty good, right?
Yeah,
that was good.
Nice try.
I like the specificity of Easter.
Well, movie of the week I smell coming up. Johnny C's. All right. Jimmy?
Yes.
What do you do at this strip club?
I'm a DJ.
I see. And topless and bottomless, or?
I'm just topless.
What do you mean by desensitized? You mean your wife isn't attractive to you anymore?
Oh, no. She's the most beautiful woman on the planet. It's nothing.
Have your feelings about women changed as a result of seeing all this?
No, my ex-wife did that one.
Okay. That's what we're talking about. Hey, Jimmy?
Yes.
What song do you spin the most at the club? I'm more curious about this.
It depends on what
DJ
part of the country you're in. I'm obviously, you can tell I'm in the South. You could probably pick up on that by my horrible accent. But probably You Shook Me All Night Long.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's a good one.
Who does that?
That's AC/DC. Yeah, that's good. That's a good strip club. I don't like the ones that play that, like Janet Jackson and stuff. It's kind of weird upscale.
Old school.
Dance
You like
music.
old school?
I like old school.
We do, man.
Stratter and some Rat, some Cherry Pie.
Rock and roll.
Yeah, that's good. And Jimmy, you're the guy who's in the background with the just basically annoying banter while I'm trying to get some wood. You're just I'm back there trying to focus on my erection. You're like, blah, 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 coming on the main stage, candy stage, cherry pie, right? That's you? Just yelling nonstop?
I'm actually worse than that. I'm not up in the booth. I walk on the floor at MCs.
With a cordless mic?
You got it. Very, very annoying, right up in your face.
Look,
I think it sounds lovely and entertaining.
It's horrible. It's horrible. Show that you can't. Amateur night. What is that? ATM. $18 bottle of mini champagne. Yeah, give me. What is Jimmy? What's some of your rap? Give me a little of that rap. Give me the part where you're trying to get guys to fork out some dough to show the ladies that they care.
I've heard you do this before.
Yeah.
Another DJ called in, and I'm not going to humiliate myself on the air.
You don't have to go into the voice, but just give me your sort of calling card phrase when, you're talking to the guys about the ladies.
I don't have a calling card.
Come on. What's one that you've repeated a few times?
One that I've repeated a few times?
Yeah.
Hold on
a second.
One I
have a question for Dr. Drew. Why is it every road is a cul-de-sac in this show? Why is everyone just an alley with a brick wall at the end of it? We got a goddamn DJ, strip club DJ. All I'm asking him for is one phrase that he might say. Like if he was doing dragsters, he might say, some go, some blow. Like one little thing that I know he says 500 or 600 times a night, every goddamn night, and we won't get it out of him. Why does that work? Jimmy?
Yes, sir.
You give me that phrase right now, or I will hang up on your southern ass.
The threats work. My favorite phrase is, let's make some noise.
I like it.
That's it. That lame, that boring.
It's not really specific to the strip.
So he wants to be able to use it later. Well,
I'm done talking to people.
It's a theory. It's a theory.
I'm so done.
All right, Jimmy. So what is it about women?
Never anything good. Ever.
Now,
ever.
Given that that's true, whose fault is it?
You're right. I should never ask. But the guy's a DJ. That's what he does. He can't give me one. There's not one thing. Just nothing. Nothing. And then he gives me some generic thing that could be used at a bar mitzvah or a goddamn rodeo. Nothing. Zero. As usual. Never got a good answer out of anybody who's ever called the show.
I've got a specific question. How do you encourage them to tip the ladies? What phrase would you use to encourage them to tip?
I always ask for gratuity for the nudity.
There you go. That's what we've been looking at. Adam is he's relieved.
20 minutes ago, did I say how? What is the phrase used to get the guys to give the money to the girls? Did I say that?
Lay some greenery on the scenery.
There we go. You're making his night now.
I'm getting coffee. I need air.
Now he's angry.
That was the pleasure pain thing that just sent him out of his chair.
Yeah,
I just wasn't going to do it for him.
I understand. I'm glad he left the room not to hear that. But let's talk a little bit about what you feel about women and why you might have changed, or this experience may have sort of rekindled some of those feelings that your ex-wife sort of set in stone for you.
It's a long-term thing. You're around it so much.
I don't buy that. I don't buy that.
Let me put it to you this way. If I was to be walking down the street, sitting at the laundromat, if a chick in the laundromat took her shirt off and threw it in the washing machine,
it wouldn't arouse you.
Anything of it.
I understand that doesn't arouse you, but you're saying the actual physical intimacy with your wife is unsatisfying.
No, I'm not saying that that's unsatisfying. I'm just saying that I'm almost numb to the fact of her being nude in the house.
Yeah, so
is that just like a natural thing that comes from being, married for a number of years?
Some of it is that.
Or
some
is
of
that
it
a result of work?
I think it's both. I think certainly you're in an environment where it would be normal to be sort of desensitized by that sensory experience that's bombarding you every night.
It's annoying.
Yeah, and it has to change your feelings about women a little bit too. And you missed what he said. Adam's back. Okay, wait, your mic's not working here.
I don't care about this guy. I'm so fed up with him. I begged him for one of those
parting shot was
for the nudity.
Parting shot was I just wasn't going to tell. I was going to give it up for him. Is that every answer is no stuff?
Everyone just kiss my ass. I'm moving on to the next call. Screw all of you. Blake?
Hello.
You're 27.
Yeah, I just want to say hi, Nicole. I've watched Mad since October 15th, 1995, every season.
Hey.
I'm a big fan of it.
Good knowing.
And I had some quick questions. Do you have, like, a fan club at all?
You're looking at him right here. True, that is. Yeah.
Okay, but
what about your fan club?
I don't have a fan club. No, we have the websites. There's stuff on there. All of my websites are fan made, which is like flattery / creepy. But they're all but they're great sites. So there's message boards on there and stuff like that.
There's no official Fox one.
There must be, but the fan ones are so much better. I mean, these kids make some amazing websites. I mean, Fox is fine.
Well, we have the same thing on this show, and nothing really official, but some fantabulous Loveline websites that neither Drew or I have ever seen. But I
ask
they're
one
great.
more?
Yeah.
I just want to know how long you're going to see on Mad, and if there's any possibility of be posing for Playboy.
Well, let me answer the obvious question. Yes, I will be posing for Playboy. No, I will never do that. Not because I have anything against it, because I have cellulite, and I don't want anyone to see it. And Mad TV, I'll be done this year.
Oh, bummer.
Yeah, but we're going into syndication, so you can watch the show 8 times a minute.
Syndication.
Okay.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Good time.
Thank you very much. That's very sweet of you, Blake.
Bye.
Thanks, Blake. Where are you going?
I shot a pilot, and hopefully it'll get picked up. I don't know if it will. We'll find out in like 3 weeks.
She's been with your friends at ABC.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, good times.
Yeah.
Who do you know over there?
Carolyn Ginsburg and Stu
wait a
Lloyd
minute.
And
Carolyn Ginsburg, the world's most unfunny woman.
Oh, I think she's great.
Oh, no, you don't.
I really do, actually.
Wait, is this the woman I'm thinking of? Sort of young, sort of pretty.
Yeah.
Zero sense of humor. Zero.
I knew her personally before I knew her that way. So I legitimately like her.
Adam, just because somebody doesn't laugh at your humor.
Carolyn Ginsburg can kiss my ass. I had a meeting with them. Oh,
recently?
No, it's a few years ago. Oh, my God, she is unfunny.
But,
oh, my God.
I like her.
No, horribly. Has zero sense of humor.
I think she's
okay, we can check
Zero
ABC
sense.
off your list.
I think they have really good notes. Actually,
really?
Yeah, everyone was like, "Oh, the network notes."
But not Carolyn Ginsburg. She's
and
not
I really
funny.
liked their notes. I thought they made like a lot of sense, and much to the dismay of my producers. But I thought they were really good notes.
Who else is in it? Tony Danza?
Tony and me. Stephen Root from News Radio, the boss from News Radio.
Oh, yes, yeah, he's good.
A girl named Amy Farrington.
Who is that? Where is she
She's from Chicago, sort of a newcomer, and Tony Rock's brother, Chris Rock's brother, Tony.
What's the story about?
It's a low concept. Do you know Judy Toll?
No. Why?
It's her life.
Oh, Judy Toll?
Yeah.
No.
It's not.
Drew, do you know Judy Toll?
Judy? No.
No. What's the deal?
It's low concept.
What'd she do?
It's like a 30-year-old woman living in a city can't make anything in a relationship. Yeah, it's Mary Tyler Moore.
They did that one on HBO, I think, with 4 women.
Yeah, had sex all the time.
Well, here's the deal. Any sitcom that is work doesn't really have a concept.
Yes.
Yeah.
It just has a good cast.
Historically, almost.
Just has a good cast.
Yeah, I mean, once in a while, something like MASH rolls around, or something with a strong setting.
The bottom line is, you make people laugh, they watch the show.
Right. All right, so it looks good?
It looks good.
How many are you going to do?
I'd say, this game, I would say we'll be picked up for 13. And
oh, really?
Yeah, we'll go from there.
Wow.
13 episodes, not
Yeah, that's
years.
good.
Yeah.
No. What, not 25 years?
Not 25.
Well, that's pretty good.
Yeah, well, I don't know. We haven't happened yet.
And you're going to be parting Mad TV on good terms?
Yeah, great terms. I love
it
there.
Really?
Yeah, I'm so much happier now than I ever was there.
Geez, you don't want to tell them to kiss your ass or anything?
No,
not Adam. Contrary to your understanding, every relationship you move away from, you may not want to look back.
Oh, no, I was screaming kiss my ass to Mad TV about 3 years ago. Like, with lawsuits. Like, it was an
really?
situation, yeah.
Why?
Because we had some producers that ran a real badly run set. It was real mean and real nasty, and I was crying every day. I mean, I literally was like, I would rather type memos for, a fat old man at IBM than this. It was so horrible. But now it's great.
Yeah, really?
Yeah, I love it.
Patch it up. All right. Well, they gave you some hush money.
Well,
hey, Drew, remember hush money? It used to be hush money. You don't hear about hush money anymore.
No.
I'd like to get some hush money. Maybe our affiliates or sponsors will kick in and give me some money, keep me quiet.
Maybe I'll just do that.
Drew, what do you got? Go by the ATM, see if you can shut me up for the next hour and 20 minutes. Nicole Sullivan is here from Mad TV. I was going to give the time and the day of the show and stuff, but let's not do that anymore. She's only going to be on for 1 more year. We'd like to sort of have people wind down on it so it reaches an all-time low just about the time she departs. We'll take a break. We'll be back.
Yeah, what's up? This is the latest man, and you're listening to the Loveline with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew.
Yes, you is. It is the phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. Nicole Sullivan is here from Mad TV, and soon from her own TV series on ABC. Mad TV, 11 o'clock Saturday night, Fox. And anything anyone wants to say? I want to get back to the phones. Everyone good?
Am I more or less fun than like having a rock band in here?
More.
Yeah.
More fun? They're pretty low-key.
Fun's not the word. Easier. Much easier.
More enjoyable.
Yeah.
Yeah. We like to relax when we do the show. You see, we like to lean back, put the mics on our sternum.
Yeah.
Drew, if he could get the base of his mic to stay on, would like to put his mic on his sternum. Instead, he pokes a hole in himself and bleeds internally throughout the show. Kate?
Hello?
You're 22?
Yep.
What's up?
All right, my question's mainly for Dr. Drew.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes when I orgasm with my boyfriend, I'll pee a little bit too.
And some women pee a lot when they orgasm, and it's normal.
Well, I can't feel it, so it's weird.
It's all right. It's no big deal. You sure it's pee and not sort of female ejaculation?
Right.
You sure it's pee?
Yeah, give me a break.
Well, no, you could have. There are other fluids that can be emitted during orgasm.
Right, but yeah, it's pee, but it's not all the time.
All right, well, it's normal. That's a common thing. You can do some Kegel exercises that might help control it, but it's female orgasmic incontinence is a common thing.
Kate, are you calling from a cell phone?
Yeah.
Are you on a train, or does it just sound like it?
No, I'm in my car.
Okay. Well, it really had a nice, real subway feel to it. Okay. Did you hear Drew?
Yeah, I did.
All right.
Okay.
Thanks a lot. You guys are great.
All right. Thank you. Yeah, I just didn't get the feeling you want to hear whatever it is you had to say.
No.
But, yeah, you don't... people think they can tell urine, but slight amounts, I don't know.
You've got to take some vitamins beforehand if you get some fluorescent color going and see if...
I'll tell you, I ate a bushel of asparagus yesterday, as I was talking about on the air. That's proof positive right there. You'll know.
As people know, Adam and I pee next to each other during the show.
Yes.
And
we do the swords crossing.
Yeah, and fight it a little bit sometimes. And, man, this guy who's had a vitamin, he has, like, radioactive urine.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The whole room lights up.
That's right.
It's a fluorescent color. The posters get funny colors and the black lights on them.
That's why I don't like taking vitamins, because I like to tell how much water I'm drinking, because if your urine's clear, that means you're drinking enough water. If it's not, like, you should be having more water-ish.
Really?
And the vitamins throw it off. Am I wrong? Is that not right?
Well,
that's kind of right.
You drink a 12-pack and it comes out clear, too, right?
Yeah, really?
Yeah. I mean,
It's
not
okay.
that you're an alcoholic, but you may be. You may be.
I may just be. All right.
Brenda,
Yes.
you're 25?
Yes. Hi, Dr. Drew.
Hi, Brenda.
Hello, Adam.
Yes, Brenda.
My question, I have a great relationship. We've been in a relationship 6 years, and I've dumped this guy like 16 times, and he still loves me. He's great. We're both adults.
Hang on.
Alcoholics.
Hang on.
Let her keep going.
Can I just point out
No, listen. I have 4 kids. They're not exposed to dysfunction. I mean, it's all good, but our relationship lately is like I'm not feeling satisfied.
All right, let's look at a couple things here. First of all, your levels of denial about this whole situation are incredibly profound, right? Incredible. We have 4 children. Same guy. You've had all 4 kids with?
No.
Okay, so to say the kids have not been exposed to dysfunction is bizarre, given that they all have different fathers.
No, they don't. I was in a marriage to a person who was I married my imago. I was raped by my father. I married someone like that, got out of that, got a lot of therapy, got my head straight, and my kids are, my kids are
imago?
great.
Imago, don't. There's imago theory.
Oh, really?
Don't worry about it.
What is that?
Not worth going down that path.
I want to know what the imago theory is. It sounds like fertile comedy soil for me.
Try to protect you, Brenda, from this. It is basically what we talk about all the time, that the imprint of dad is a concept, an imago, if you will, that she'll then go out and find in a peer for a love relationship.
Well, I don't think we've come across imago since I've been here.
Yeah, I don't.
But I got out of that, and I have a great relationship.
Okay, but let's just examine reality. Reality is these kids have been exposed to a lot. You've dumped this guy 16 times.
Yeah, I would say the first flag is that you're saying you're in a wonderful relationship, and I think I know what you're saying is that you're in a relationship with what maybe you think is a wonderful guy, in that he loves you despite your issues. That does not mean you're in a good relationship, though. I don't think any relationship where someone's dumping anyone 16 times is good.
Right, so there's issues in the relationship.
Afraid to be. I didn't think I deserved to be happy.
Okay, but now that you've sort of succumbed to this guy, so to speak, you're gonna sabotage it because he's not the imago you need to stay sort of adequately aroused in the relationship.
I yell at everyone to get.
But I don't
Hold on a second.
chaos anymore.
Well, then stay with this guy and really focus on achieving true intimacy with him.
I yell at everyone to get into therapy. Turns out they're annoying.
Right.
They learn a few words. I don't like them as much. I like you better when you're screwed up.
Are you guys? Did you guys go to program together or something?
We've been to Adult Children of Alcoholics together.
Yeah.
We've been to we've done a lot together. But the problem I guess is communication, because I go through things, flashbacks, nightmares, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
I just feel really sort of needy, and lately I feel like he isn't giving me enough attention.
Well, look at it this way. If you do break up, you'll get back together. That'll be number 17. Listen, okay, couple of things. First off, no more kids. Please. 4 kids.
We're not having any more children, and we've taken preventive measures to keep our children from having, residual, effects of this.
Too late. You could give those kids to rodeo clowns. They'd be better off. They really would. They'd be raised in one of those fiberglass barrels they put out in the middle of the pen there. We'd be better off than you guys. You're sober. You're doing the steps and all that kind of stuff.
You're kidding me, right? I'm not even an addict.
No, she's
but she's going to adult children. You're going to the program for adult children.
Here's the deal, Brenda. You the neediness. He's not your therapist, and you may have some true psychologic/psychiatric needs right now, and it may be time to get back into some therapy and not dump all this on him. Okay,
all right.
That's what I said.
How about that, Brenda? And Brenda,
and we can feel it. We can feel that need.
Oh, yeah, Brenda. Let me give you a tip. Please listen to this, all right?
I'm listening. I listen to you guys all the time.
Thank you. And as you know, I'm a genius. I'm a sage. Imago. I have a handful of friends, really just 1 or 2, who you remind me of. They read all the books. They do all the steps. They're involved with every program. They do all the therapy. And then basically they just become sort of playback tape recorders of all the stuff they've learned. But they never live it. They have a crazy life. Mm-hmm. They know all the knowledge.
Yep, and they never change their behavior.
They know it psychologically, but they never live it. You want to have a sane life, you got to live it. And sometimes that means faking it, everybody. That means going to work when you don't feel like going to work. That means picking up stuff and doing stuff and all those little chores that sane people do that you don't really want to do, even if it means just not getting a blowout with your boyfriend at a restaurant, whatever. All that stuff that sane people do, you can just do it. Mm-hmm. You can actually just think about it all the time and go, what would a sane person do right now? I bet he wouldn't argue with this guy. I bet he'd just pay the bill and leave. I bet he wouldn't argue with the boyfriend. I bet he'd go to work. I bet he'd pick up after the kids, or she'd do whatever. Just do it, and then eventually that'll become your life. But if you just sort of live in this sort of hypothetical, psychological world, you can still be screwed up and have all the information at your fingertips and never use it. Okay. Nicole Sullivan's our guest from Mad TV. We'll take a break. We'll be back. It's Loveline. I'm Adam Carolla. That is Dr. Drew. Over there, phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. Nicole Sullivan is here tonight. She's from Mad TV. I believe she's been coming on this show since I've been here. Since Mad TV's been here.
You had a friend on Mad TV for a while.
I know a few people over there.
Lisa?
Oh, Mary? Who was over there?
Mary Shear.
Mary Shear.
Bill Maher, you knew, didn't you?
Yeah.
You had somebody that used to hang. Lisa Kushel.
Lisa Kushel. So thank you, Drew. You didn't bring up her last name. That was the problem. You said it was a friend. You brought up her first name and said she was on Mad TV. That wasn't enough.
And if I remember right, she lived in the apartment with you for a couple years?
No.
Her boyfriend lived.
Nope. Another Lisa.
That's Alex Borstein. Her husband lived with you for a couple years.
See?
No, you're talking about Alex Borstein's husband, Doug Jackson. No, we used to just smoke pot together.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
nice.
Yay!
He had this 7-foot novelty bong that he made. Doug probably not excited about me telling this story on the air, but it was made. It had about an 8-foot piece of a 2-inch diameter PVC pipe. It was one of the only bongs I've ever come across that took 2 or 3 guys to operate.
No big fan underneath it.
It was like one of those. It was like, you couldn't light it and smoke it at the same time because you couldn't get down to the bowl. It was in the other room. It was 8 feet away. And, it was kind of like that Ricola commercial where they're blowing those Alpine horns.
Right.
Does the pot get better as it travels down longer? No, it's just your friends go like, wow, that's a big bong.
No, you never get any pot.
You never.
You can't suck it that far. Yeah.
Well.
Boy, yeah, that guy. Well, I'll tell you, want to talk about slob. This guy, Doug, he had, his apartment was such a disaster. It was eventually condemned after the 94 earthquake. His apartment had a shopping cart in it, and he was on the 3rd floor of his apartment. He had a shopping cart in the room, in his room, and he was on the 3rd floor of the building. That's bad when you have a shopping cart in your room.
Yeah, at 3rd floor.
Filled with crap.
That took an effort at some point.
You and Lisa Kushel, I thought you were dear friends.
Yeah, we're dear friends.
Turns out you're just dear friends.
I forgot Lisa Kushel was on Mad TV. Nicole?
Yeah.
You got a question for our Nicole?
Not really a question. I just wanted to tell you that you are really brilliant, and I've seen every show since it came out, and you've always been my favorite.
Oh, that's very sweet.
And it's not going to be the same without you.
Hey, yeah.
Oh, that's really nice. Thank you, Nicole. My gosh, you're a dedicated fan. I like it.
She even changed her name.
I also have a question.
And she's 16. That means she was watching at 10.
Ooh.
Wow.
Pretty scary, huh?
Yeah. Watching all those MC Hammer parodies and stuff.
I also have a question for you, Adam, and Dr. Drew.
Yeah.
I'm having troubles with my boyfriend. I've been trying to call into the show forever. I've been with him for 6.5 months, and I can't have an orgasm. And we've had sex and oral sex, and I haven't had one since December, and I've only gotten one twice.
But you had it during oral sex?
Mm-hmm. Both times. And with a past boyfriend, I had had oral sex with him, and I would have an orgasm almost every time.
So does your
not me.
new boyfriend know what he's doing?
I think that might be part of the problem.
Did you?
Yeah, well, make sure you discuss that with him and see if you can weave in the name of your ex. Rick used to do it like this. No, that's not how Rick would do it.
Rick, it takes 3 seconds with Rick.
They called him the gecko. He had a technique that, well, let me show you.
Well, I've talked to him.
Does he know about this other guy?
Well, he knows about him, but he doesn't. I've not talked about, like, what all I've done with him.
Good. Very smart.
I have talked to him, and I told him what I do and don't like when he's down there, and even when we're just talking. And we're really open with each other, but it just, I don't know. It doesn't even really feel good anymore.
Nope. Well, I'm thinking she ain't too into this dude.
Oh, no, I love him to death, seriously.
No, I think this guy's just lame.
Really?
Yeah.
Is it just his technique
He's very
bad?
Experienced.
Yeah,
we're our first with
listen.
He doesn't use my vaginal carpet bombing technique I was discussing last night as it applies to oral
Hold on,
sex.
now, where are you calling from?
Ohio.
Where?
Dayton area.
Now, are you hearing last night's show there?
I didn't hear it last night. I was with him.
No, because I think last night's show we playing in Dayton now.
Are we a day behind over there?
Yes, it's like 2:06
All
here.
right, we'll listen to the. Oh, they already played it. Because the show we did, we discussed this sort of issue in great detail.
You guys are breaking each other in. You're ahead of him.
Yeah.
And you're just going to have to bring him along.
You're going to have to sort of urge him gently, sort of, as you talk about what you talked about last night, the pin the tail on the donkey.
No, I don't feel like it.
Come on.
Nicole.
This woman needs the information.
Well, let me ask you something.
Here's a big difference with often you can tell them, you can go, okay, this is what I do and don't like. It's amazing, and I know how you feel on the subject. They're like, the guys want to know. Guys nod and they nod and they nod, but some sort of part of them really thinks they are instinctually doing it right, whatever way they're doing it. So you really need to say to them, hear this. That makes me feel uncomfortable. And at a certain point, it just gets irritating because you're not having fun. Yeah. And then the irritation just cumulative. And then you're just annoyed. And so it's not like you can't have one. It's not that you don't love him. It's just you're annoyed because he's not making you feel good. But you can get there.
Nicole's a real angry lady. You know?
Did I sound really angry just now?
Yeah,
I did,
didn't
I?
Yeah.
You've known her for a while.
Let's try. Nicole is a fine actress and performer. I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll do a little sort of pin the tail on the donkey, which is, you don't have to sit down and discuss this with your guy, but like when you play pin the tail on donkey, you go, nah, you're cold, oh, you're in the Arctic Circle, you're on tundra, permafrost, oh, starting to warm up, oh, heading toward the equator, warmer, we're on fire, surface of the sun. That's what you need to do. Watch.
The sad thing is, I've done that. I've tried everything, and I've kind of. Another question is I discovered the vibrator recently, and I'm thinking that's making matters worse.
How different is this guy's technique than the first guy's?
Well, I don't know. He always complains that his tongue gets tired, and he uses it at all. He doesn't not to be gross, but he doesn't suck or anything. And the other guy used to tease me, and he knew every special spot. And he just, I don't know.
You're 16?
I know.
And this other guy, he really gets me turned on, but as soon as he goes down there with his face, it's...
All right, you just gotta work it out.
She may have to be. Nicole's right. She may have to sit down and go, hey, this is... Right.
Nicole, play along with me.
Yeah.
I'm going to go down on you.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
No, I mean, not on the radio.
She seems very excited about that, by the way. Yeah. All right. Okay, go ahead.
Now, you show audibly, you let the women know how it works.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
And see, you don't have to go, stop, no there, no more of that, no more to your right.
Right.
You can make these little audible noises that let a guy know he's on the right trail. And silence will be deafening too when there's nothing going on.
Yeah. That's the biggest one, is silence.
Nice, right?
That's my personal fave.
Are you ready?
Okay.
And we have some music, Anderson, something a little sexy. No, come on, give me a bass line. Give me a bass line. Come on, Anderson. I feel like
nothing beats a good porno movie.
I feel like I'm pulling up her poodle skirt. You gonna finish that wine cooler? Good.
I've had enough.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm good.
Just ease back.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I can't. I shouldn't.
No, it's cool, baby.
Thanks. I'll spice it up.
Finish that cooler and just lie back. All right. Let me slide those thong backs off. Oh, yeah. Oh.
It's not so echoey.
Concentrate.
Yeah. Yeah. There you go. Oh, baby. Oh, God.
Are you done? Yeah?
That was great, sweetie. Thanks.
Great. All right, I'm going to split because I got to get up real... Oh, wait, can I have a BJ? Yeah. Then I'm going to split because I got to be up by noon tomorrow. So I got to play hacky sack at 1. So if you let the guy know when he's doing something you like, and he'll stay with that. There's a guy, isn't that what a male's instinct is?
Yes.
You start hearing something you like, oh, yeah.
Well, then, but
you'll stick with that, won't you?
But some guys will start getting, like, vigorous at that point. They'll get all excited and start doing it faster or harder or something. That's a big mistake. It's just like, hang back, just do exactly what you just did. Just repeat that.
Yeah, I always say I can't stress enough the words don't stop mean exactly that. Don't stop. Don't change it. Don't do more. Just don't stop doing what you're doing.
Yeah, most guys hear when you say don't stop, they hear Marshall. I mean, don't they? That's their cue to speed up.
Yeah, it's like a 4-speed.
Right, and
up a notch.
It spins out of control because, like, oh yeah, don't stop. The guy starts speeding up. Don't stop. No, don't stop. Don't stop. Don't. And he starts speeding up. The more she yells, don't stop. Yeah. You should. I don't know. We should replace don't stop with right there. Or good, or, right there.
Yeah, okay.
Right there.
Yeah, right there. Yeah, that's good.
I think I'd be good. I'd be good with a vagina if I had one. I think I could control guys pretty good. You don't think so? They'd be out of control?
Yeah.
Miranda?
Hi.
You're 17?
Yeah, how are you?
Good. What's up?
Good. Let's see. My boyfriend and I have been going out for just a few months, and we're really committed to each other, and I'm totally in love. But he loves to flirt.
How old is he?
He's 19.
Do you think he could sort of control it, at least when he's around you?
He doesn't, though.
But isn't that sort of disrespectful?
It is quite disrespectful.
Yeah. What kind of relationship is that where there's no sort of reciprocity, no sense of care for you? He just does whatever the hell he pleases because it gratifies him, even though it hurts your feelings.
And I don't even know what it's about. Like, I don't know if he's just searching for approval. Cause
what's he do? Give us a good concrete example of his flirting.
Let's see. He talks to them sort of how he talks to me.
And
no.
Paint a picture of who this guy is. Does he go to school? What's his deal?
Wait, hold on. No, okay. Hold on. He doesn't talk to me. No, he doesn't talk to them exactly how he talks to me.
Just tell me who this guy is. Does he go to school?
Yeah.
He goes to school.
Mm-hmm.
Junior college?
No, he's at UCSD.
San Diego.
That's junior college.
No.
It's not San Diego State.
UC.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's a good school.
I see.
And why is he dating somebody who's in high school, right?
I don't know.
He's a junior in college.
Yeah. You're in. Does he live in San Diego? I mean, is his family from San Diego?
Mm-hmm.
Does he live at home or does he live off on campus?
He lives on campus.
Do you think, and this is sort of an embarrassing thing to admit, do you think that who's luckier? Do you think he's got the catch or do you think you've got the catch? If you had to tilt the scale one way or the other way.
Interesting. The number.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. We ask, do your numbers match?
Oh, okay, yeah. I usually use baseball analogies. I don't know why. Are you guys playing on the same team, in the same field, or are you different leagues?
Oh, no, we're totally the same.
So he's not better looking than you by a lot, or you're not better looking than him by a lot?
No.
All right, there goes that.
Yeah, but he's in a second year of college?
No, first year.
First year.
Yeah.
Because sometimes people flirt because they want the other person to feel like they're insecure, so they want them to feel lucky.
Right.
So they go, look how many people like me.
Right.
You should feel very lucky to be with me. And
I mean, at the same time,
I do the same thing.
He should feel lucky to be with me. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
That sounds kind of arrogant.
Why? Tell us why. Yeah.
Because I've given all of myself to him. Maybe that was a mistake, but I did.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's like, what more could he ask?
This your first boyfriend?
No.
Okay. I worry a little about this guy. Does he wear any jewelry?
No.
No. Does he call guys bro or dude?
No.
Dude is in San Diego.
Okay.
Dude.
why don't you tell him, tell him you don't appreciate it, and give him a chance to quit, and remind him a time or two, and if he keeps up, then you got to dump him.
But, I mean, how should I bring this up? Like, how should I talk to him?
Just tell him. Very direct. Women can. That's something you can bring up within a relationship.
Yeah,
it's not taboo.
Listen, this really bothers me. It hurts my feelings. You really, if you say you care about me, but there's something it really bothers me, really hurts my feelings. I'd appreciate it. I really want you to try not to do this around me.
I do what is what would be the opposite of flirting, which is ignore everybody, including my girlfriend, and worst of all, her friends.
Because then they talk about what an a-hole you are.
Yeah, that's funny.
Right? This is my best friend. You walked past her. Who is that? This is a woman. Oh yeah, Suzanne. And then I'm driving nuts at that point. I'm always all right, whatever. But I just tend to try to ignore all females. You have to learn to do that as a man, especially when you're out with a woman. You have to. Drew, oh my God.
Oh yeah.
Your wife would kill you. Poor Drew's scared to look up. He looks at his feet when he talks. Yeah, no, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. You're like the kid in Oliver Twist who was trying to ask for more porridge when you talk to your wife. Really?
No. I actually don't feel that way at all.
Seriously.
Seriously,
Come on.
I don't feel that way.
What do you mean? Because I don't. You're totally freaked out about that.
Really?
Hey, yeah, we had a porn star give you some flowers. You're too scared to bring them home.
Yes, that's a little bit different.
Yeah, there's been many examples.
You know what? I'll tell you what. I am overly concerned about other people's feelings.
Yes,
that's just me all the time.
Yeah, that is true.
And so if I have something that I think might upset my wife, I'm like freaked out about it. I don't want to do that.
Right. But you really
it may not be her so much as me.
You go to the Playboy Mansion and lie all the time?
All the time.
Right? Remember that time? Yeah. Yeah, I remember that time. Yeah, Drew went to the Playboy Mansion to do Politically Incorrect. I went too. There's like a Politically Incorrect from the Playboy Mansion. He went there. It's 7:15 one night. Was out of there by 9:15 to come do this show. Told his wife he was doing PI, but didn't mention it was at the mansion. Got the ass kicked out of him as soon as he got home. It was great. Yeah, that was your opportunity, by the way, to really step up, but you didn't. Was she
mad that you lied?
I didn't lie.
Oh, that's how defensive he is.
It was as though
the lie
of omission. Like married to Nicole.
Yeah, it was right that she claimed that I was intentionally holding it from her.
And Adam, he did because he didn't want to deal with it.
Do you legitimately think she would have been upset if you had said, "I'm going to play with Mansion"? Like, not like she would have screamed, but do you think she would have been like, "Well, why is it there? Why can't you just do it a normal night?"
She would have, and she would have never copped to it. That's the woman's game. It's not that you went to the Playboy Man. It's not that you whatever. Fill in the blank. It's not that you did this. It's that you lied about it.
No, I didn't lie.
That's not it.
Right.
Yeah, but that's a woman's rap, isn't it?
Yeah.
The guys never do that.
It's totally that.
It's never
manipulative.
The guy never says it's not. It's not that you gave my best friend Chuck a hand job.
Right.
It's that you lied. No, it's about the hand job.
The hand job. Really.
It's nothing but the hand job for guys.
I said that to my boyfriend. I was like, if you ever cheat on me, you just have to just tell me. I mean, just not that I'm making him sound like someone who would. He wouldn't. But like,
if he did, and you told him,
you'd have to. And he's like, would you forgive me? That I was like, oh no, absolutely not.
Right.
Out of the question. But I'm going to say you have to tell me anyway.
Shanna?
That's the rules.
Shauna?
Yeah.
So the point is, my wife is not unusual as a female. That's just typical female behavior.
Man, she's like, if you took 3 chicks and stuffed them into one.
That's good. It's a good thing.
Yeah. Shauna?
Yeah, Shauna. I'm 19 now. I was married at 17, the Saturday before my 18th birthday, actually, because I was pregnant with a guy who, at the time I got pregnant, I had known him for about a month.
Well, I'm sure it'll last forever.
Yeah.
No, they're already divorced.
No, we're just split up. But we got married because my parents were really pushing for it, and his parents were really pushing for it, and we thought that since I was already pregnant, we needed to try and do the right thing. And then at 7 months, I had an abruption, which is where the placenta tears away from the uterus.
Right.
And we went into the hospital, and I had called my midwife, and she said that it was nothing. And I'm like, well, something's wrong because it hurts so bad. And the hospital was like, 2.5 blocks away. So we went to the hospital, and I was there for like 12 hours before they would give me any pain medicine or anything, and they kept saying it was a bladder infection or kidney stones. And then they still couldn't figure out what was wrong with me by the next morning, and they were doing an ultrasound, and all of a sudden they couldn't find the baby's heartbeat. And so the nurse's face went real pale, and the room got kind of quiet, and my husband and I had no idea. We didn't even think I was going to be delivering. We had no idea. And the doctor...
no idea what?
That the baby was in any sort of jeopardy.
Okay.
That I was even close to delivering.
Okay.
And the doctor came in, and he did the sonogram and then announced that the baby was gone. And that I would have to go through the delivery. And so I did that, and my husband and I...
what do they do, induce that? They induce labor?
Yeah.
They just did it at the same day?
Well, they drugged me to the gills. I mean, they had me really out of it.
Yeah.
And they gave me a whole lot of Pitocin, and then afterwards they let us hold her, and they took pictures of her.
What is...
Well, I had been pregnant for 7 months.
Yeah.
I had been expecting all these memories and a little life. I couldn't just pretend it had never happened. And so we had a funeral. And we did all that. And so for a long time after that, we were so reeling from that we didn't really realize what was going on with he and I, and we just kind of started just being like roommates.
Wow, I could see that causing a rift. Hey, whose idea was it with the pictures?
The hospital, actually.
Yeah, there's a school of thought that you... Yeah, there's that school of thought out there.
Weirdo religious hospital or just regular hospital?
Regular hospital.
No, it was Legacy.
It's a regular hospital. The people...
Yeah. They did it because, I don't know, they just... I mean,
insurance.
Some people believe it helps the mother deal with the loss.
It did. It really, truly does. Because
take a picture with your 7-month-old fetus who was born
she
deceased?
was 5 pounds. If they had known what was going on and induced delivery before it happened, she would have been fine. I could have taken her home.
You really think if they'd gotten to you that day kind of thing?
Yeah, if they had known, she would have been fine.
Baby.
But they couldn't.
All right, so now...
now we're just recently, about a month and a half ago, we both kind of mutually decided that we didn't want to continue tearing each other apart and ruin a decent friendship by having a ridiculous attempt at a marriage.
Okay.
So
is it both your ideas or more your idea?
More. I brought it up, but we had both been thinking it, but not wanting to bring it up.
So far, I'm completely on board with Shanna.
Yeah, I am too.
So what's happening? What do you want to ask us? You seem to be handling this amazingly well.
Well, the thing is that we still sleep together, and we live apart, but I'm just so torn because part of me wants to just forget about men. Part of me is like still feeling loyal.
All right, okay.
Well, wait,
how long ago?
You have sex?
Yeah.
They haven't totally come apart yet.
But you're not in love with him anymore.
But wouldn't they...
No, I wouldn't. Part of me is going to... I feel like right now, part of me is going to love
him forever. First one, 19, went through all this together. I mean, think about that.
Yeah.
You know, it's going to be hard
Could
for
they
them
take some time to date now? I mean, she's of that age where you really should have been dating him anyway.
That was one of the big things that we split over because we didn't want to miss growing up and end up at 40 acting like 19.
Yes, this is what you've got to do.
What a smart girl you are, first of all. You have your stuff together.
Yeah, absolutely.
Really, you do. You just sound totally
remarkable.
Very courageous.
And the instinct you're having is that this isn't the right guy for you, truly. And the only way you're going to confirm that and really move on is by going out and dating and forming other relationships and doing the normal kinds of social development that needs to happen here, that needs to happen.
Still not over the hospital taking the snapshot with the dead fetus.
Nor is she over all this stuff. It's going to be very hard for her to let go of this relationship.
Hospital's idea, huh?
Yeah, people do that kind of thing now.
The hospital says? How about a shot?
Yeah, you could take a year and date him or date other people. Nah. I mean, neither one of you is going to go anywhere. Neither one of you is going to get remarried in a year or two. Take some time.
Here's the deal. This thing's over. you might as well do it sooner than faster. It's already dragged out a number of months and number of years. We all know where this is going to be a year from now. It'll be gone. Now, you can take 11 months to do that, or you can just do it tomorrow. You just got to do it tomorrow. We've all been through it.
Yeah.
Still not over the picture thing. Not over it. No. The hospital brought that up.
Hang in there, Shauna.
The social workers and doctors, probably. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Drew, you ever do that?
No.
No pictures of fetuses?
I'm totally with the whole thing. I totally get it. The pictures didn't.
Okay.
When are you going to want to look at them again? Like, yee.
Yeah. It's like you show them. How old?
The funeral makes
old
sense. The funeral makes sense. You know, you just take the pictures.
Helped her.
Yeah.
All right. Well, possibly. We'll take ourselves a little break. Nicole Sullivan is here tonight from Mad TV, and we'll be back after this.
And never having an experience of doing it.
Hanging a door with that.
Hanging a door.
Oh,
yeah,
hanging it. Oh, hey.
Hey,
it's some sort of sexual.
It's Loveline. I'm Adam Carolla. That is the sage over there, Dr. Drew. 1-800-LOVE-191 is the phone number. Nicole Sullivan is our guest tonight from Mad TV. Saturday, 11 o'clock, Fox. Yes, Drew.
Did you bring your cell phone tonight?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I feel strangely lost, not having had our usual half-hour closing discussion.
Drew and I jabber on the cell phone on the ride home on a nightly basis.
Oh, that's adorable.
From the time
I am insulted.
From the time we get in the car to the time we get out of cell range every evening. And I always think to myself, once in a blue moon, I leave my cell phone at work or something, and we can't do it. And we had a guest last night, Dr. Schwartz, who was like a sex therapist, and he had all these ideas about the Venus flytrap position and the 1 hour orgasm and everything. And he was an interesting guy. He had a few good points. It's generally nonsense.
Yeah.
But I kept thinking to myself, and I was going to say it, and I forgot to say it. I was just thinking, buddy, you are so lucky I forgot my cell phone tonight, because we would be talking about your quack ass all the way home. And Drew, I know you were thinking the same thing.
Oh, what was first thing? I guess he called me as soon as we got out.
Yeah, because Drew, there's the only thing Drew hates more than an attorney is a doctor who's a little bit on the shady side. Has some. Well, he's a doctor, but you're not quite sure the credentials. Sort of,
From Bali. Got his degree there.
He got his degree somewhere. He runs some sort of clinic for awareness, some sort of like one of these like nonsense title clinics. But I got to say, the guy was interesting and made a few compelling points.
Nice guy.
Yeah, don't trust a man in his 50s that's that wrapped up in satisfying a woman. And I think, Drew, you felt the same way? I said it last night. It basically summed up Drew and my lazy approach to relationships, sharing and giving. He brought 2 big tins of wonderful, expensive chocolate. He talked about how women, when they got to their tumescent period during that time of the month and around ovulation and all that he said, give these to your ladies during that period, and it will calm them. And we said, oh, that's great. And it took us about 3 minutes to break into one of them and
demolish it.
We polished the 1 tin off.
Were they good?
Yeah, they're great. Yeah.
We went to work on the second
one. What was the point of that? Supposed to be to calm them? Like, I challenged the man to hand me a small ball of chocolate when I'm premenstrual. And said, this will
chew his arm off?
Oh, shut up.
Your breed, you crave chocolate when you're in the tumescent period.
And we can buy our own chocolate. That's the beauty of the fact that women have their own cars and their own money.
F with Nicole. When's your period coming?
About a week and a half.
Are you real regular?
Yeah, I'm on
And in the future, when you schedule Nicole?
Yeah, don't book her around the first week of the month.
In the middle of the month only, okay?
Stay away from her then. You know, the thing that never gets old, the mistake I make in every relationship, and it's great, is always getting the big blowout with the girlfriend. And then at a certain point of the argument, she says, you know what, honey, this is my period. This is my period. It's like it's so much hormones in me and stuff. This is my period. So I go, all right, noted. Next month, same time comes around, get into the blowout. This time I beat her to the punch. Honey, I got the answer
Relax,
here. You know where we're arguing? it's your period.
Yeah.
No. You can't bring up the period. Only they can bring up the period. I can make fun of my mother.
You can't make fun of my mother.
Here's the deal.
You know what I mean?
You can bring up the period when they're not on the period,
right?
When you don't need to bring it up, but you cannot bring it up during the period.
Because it actually, not only will they get enraged about it, it's dismissed as a potential contributing factor.
Yes.
At all.
Yeah.
At all.
Now that you brought it up.
Yeah, and it's great. It's like, honey, remember last month you brought the period up? That was different.
This is my favorite quote of my sister. Can I curse? Will they bleep it?
Yeah. Well, you ready, Anderson? Here it comes. Okay.
Yeah. My sister's on the pill. She started going on the pill, and she was getting very cranky, and it wasn't suiting her well. And her boyfriend, after like a month or two, finally said, listen, Jennifer, maybe the fact, did you think it's the pill that's upsetting you so much? She said, no, the pill just makes it clear what an asshole you are. It's just like the magic pill that was now I can see you for what you are. It has nothing to do with the hormones. I just see you.
It's good.
It brings everything into focus.
Yeah, I can see the male aspect.
Rachel?
Hi. Yeah.
You're 28?
Yep. Hi, Adam.
What's up? What's up,
Hi,
Rachel?
Nicole.
Hi.
I love the show Loveline. Sorry, I don't watch Mad TV because...
This guy is an asshole.
Thank you.
No, I don't have a TV. Sorry.
What's up, Rachel?
Okay, whenever I'm making out with my boyfriend and he plays with my nipples, like at all, either with his mouth or his hands, I get really thirsty.
Are you breathing harder through your mouth?
Well, not necessarily at that point. No.
Do you feel any sort of contraction in your pelvic area?
No.
Mm-hmm.
I just have this profound thirst, and I'm wondering if it's psychological or whether that would kind of make sense.
Do you not have a TV by choice?
I don't know if it's a choice, really.
Oh, you're just poor?
Kind of poor. I don't know. I just haven't thought about buying one. Should I?
No.
Yes. I like the radio. Yeah, I like your show.
Good times. Good times.
We talked a little bit about this last night, but the nipple stimulation releases oxytocin sometimes. And that could have... I'm trying to figure out that physiology to see how it would cause it. Is it very rapid immediate that the thirst develops?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I can imagine.
Pretty quickly. And it's like severe sometimes.
Do you
what
feel
else would make you thirsty, Drew, in that way? Besides, sweating or dehydration. Is there any other thing?
Yeah, something called anticholinergic kinds of side effects of medication that make for thirst. And I'm trying to put this all together in some sort of imaginative way, and I'm not coming up with anything particularly. Are you not on a medication?
Well, birth control pills and Allegra for allergies.
Not Allegra D.
Would Allegra dry you up?
You can a little bit, but not suddenly with just nipple play.
Yeah, I'm just surprised. I've never heard anyone with this question before.
Do you is it a turn on to you as well?
Well, I like it when he does it. The thirst isn't necessarily.
But what else do you experience besides the thirst?
Let's see. Well, it's pleasurable.
Is there arousal just throughout your body, or is it?
Yeah, throughout. I wouldn't say. I mean, I don't know what it feels like to be anyone else, but I wouldn't say it's really severe or really, mild. It's probably about normal.
Do you feel more bonded to him in any way? Do you feel close to him at that moment?
Yeah, a little bit. It's not like.
Well, he's twisting her nipples like a professional wrestler. Of course, there's some closeness there.
I'm just trying to explore this, but I can't specifically explain it. Again, the thing that comes to mind is oxytocin.
Are you thirsty or are you dry in the mouth? I know Drew sort of touched on that.
But no, not dry in the mouth. Really, just thirsty.
So when
That's
you
really neat.
You drink,
not for you, for me to listen to it.
Drink a whole glass of water, right?
Yeah, then usually
It clearly is some sort of it's the hypothalamus that regulates thirst, and clearly something you're releasing is stimulating that part of the brain.
True.
Yeah.
All right, we can't figure this one out, but I was thinking about water, and I realized
now I'm thirsty.
Yeah, I am thirsty too, and the people tell you how much water you should be drinking.
Yeah, Nicole was just going on about that. You got to have your clear urine.
They always seem to be about a couple gallons heavy.
Yes.
And is
it really? Do we exaggerate how much water we actually need?
Well, let me just put it this way. In my opinion, whenever I hear these medical folk or dietitians talking about what the human body needs, it's like, well, you should drink 11 gallons of water a day, and you should eat 14 servings of fruits and vegetables every day. And I think to myself, Whatever it is they tell me, I mean, they literally say like 8 glasses of water, 10 glasses of water, and 7 servings of fruit and or vegetable every day. And I always think, I don't know a goddamn person that does that. I don't know the person that does that.
I sit across from
I imagine there's one or two.
I do parts of it. I'm unlike most actresses. Most actresses eat very well. They eat too little, like they don't eat enough food. But I'm like the fatty McFatty of my friends. Like I eat and I drink, and I drink half the water, and I drink Diet Coke. Most of the actors don't even touch soda. They don't touch coffee.
Really?
Yeah, the skin, the hair, whatever. I mean,
everyone
that's
I know
eats
like crap.
That's you and me. We're always constantly worried about these things, aren't we?
Yeah.
Constantly.
We eat the chocolate that our guests bring us.
That was hilarious.
And we drink coffee all night. And seem to be the same as anybody else.
So
that's why I think it's BS.
If you're thirsty, other than the woman's nipple issue with the thirst, if you're thirsty, then that already means you're dehydrated. Is that a myth too?
Doesn't that mean it's time to drink water?
Yeah, thirst is a complex neurologic mechanism. It can be completely separate from your volume status, and that's what I think is going on with this thing. This is a hormone released by the pituitary that's activating that part of our brain.
Huh.
So,
all right. Let's take ourselves a little break. Drew, you want to urinate together?
Yes.
I always say I want to come in with like a list of questions for you, Dr. Drew. Like every time I'm here, I'm like, oh, what was that thing I thought of last month that I wanted to know about the body? But I'm going to do that next
I'll
week.
give you my number.
Write them down, and like I said,
Lots
we'll book you when you're not on the rag. So we know now.
That's the pre-rag.
The rag's fine for me. The pre-rag is...
Post-rag booking.
That's fine,
You come in with your list of questions, and we'll be happy to answer them. We'll be back with Nicole Sullivan after this. Yep, Loveline. Adam Carolla, Dr. Drew over there, Nicole Sullivan across from us from Mad TV. 6th season, still going strong, although she only has one more season before she's off to her big ABC primetime.
2 more weeks,
sitcom.
actually. 2 more weeks.
That's when it airs?
No, 2 more weeks is all I have left on Mad.
Right.
I mean, the shows will run for a while because we pre-tape.
Yeah, you keep saying a year or something.
Well, she said, I think Nicole said this was her last season or last year, I think she said, and I just turned it into 12 months. But it's the same. It's, 12 days. Same as 12 months. So this will be your last year, your last season on Mad TV, and then it's, have you done the pilot for the ABC?
We shot the pilot. It's called Me and My Needs, and hopefully it'll be on ABC on Tuesdays in the fall.
How'd the pilot work?
It went well. I think it's pretty funny.
And you'll do a bunch of episodes, you think, fall. So it's not a replacement show.
I don't think so. I think it's a fall show.
Oh, that's good. I guess that's good, right?
There's pluses and minuses to both.
But it's better to be in the new fall.
I'd like that.
You know what? I swear to Christ, you know what I would pay $1,000 for? Just a big, long reel of coming this fall to ABC, coming this fall to NBC, CBS this fall, just from 1975 and on. You know what I mean?
Well, things you can't even remember.
Oh, yeah, being on Fox for 6 years, like, the things that have, like, come and gone in a minute. You know, like, what Ryan Caulfield, year one, was the name of a show? Like, that's a little presumptuous.
But how freaky would it be, like, just to go watch some reel from 1979? Patrick Duffy can communicate with dolphins and man from Atlantis. It's like, you'd be watching a show just going, how high were they? Were they completely coked out? What was going on? Yeah, and I would bring that big long reel in to every pitch meeting I ever did and go, seriously, folks, you green-lighted this.
Yeah.
Certainly.
Yeah, please look condescendingly at me. Please, I beg of you.
Yes. Michael?
Yeah.
You're 19.
Yes, I am.
What's up?
I got a question for Nicole.
Hi, Michael.
Hi, how are you?
Good.
I want to know how long you've been doing, what got you started doing Mad TV? Was it like an audition or...
Yeah, most of the people on the show are from like Second City Second City or Groundlings. Am I hitting it wrong? But Second City or Groundlings or Improv Olympic or one of those schools of improv and stuff like that. And then they sort of got characters together and people came to see their shows. I was 25 and more miniskirt and had no experience and had no business on the show, basically.
You had no training in improv?
None. Never did any of that stuff.
Are you shocked by that as I am?
Well, you say improv, and it's not improv, but what you mean in character sketch
comedy,
work.
Yeah,
I'd never done like they said, bring 5 of your characters. I didn't have a character. I'd never done stand-up. I'd never done anything like that.
It is unusual. Well, I think if you're a good actress and you can do voices
you've had acting
characters.
training, though.
Yeah, I went to school for acting. Sorry, what were you saying, Michael?
Oh, I got something for Adam, too.
Yeah.
What happened to Boobville, man?
Oh, I don't know. I get, as tired as you guys are of my nasally drone, I feel the same way with most of my ideas. I'm like a kid. I get some ideas and then I never follow them up. Okay, Michael?
Very unsatisfying.
Thank you. Well, here's the thing, and maybe I'll turn this liability into a half-assed compliment, but unlike other radio show hosts who come up with one semi-bad idea and then ride it into the ground, like Rick Dees doing a Heine wine routine for 15 years, I come up with ideas that are semi-humorous and then forget about them.
Mm-hmm.
So,
5 minutes later.
Yeah, I don't write them down, and I don't bother with it, and I just don't want to be one of those repeat the bit guys. And plus, it takes energy.
A lot
that I don't have.
You work very hard. You shouldn't feel bad.
No, I don't. It's quite the contrary.
Oh, really?
No.
That's what he's saying.
Here's...
I was missing the point, my bad.
Here's my reality. I'm good enough at this that I can be lazy and still be mediocre.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's basically where I am.
Yeah, Nicole's sort of almost insultingly accepting of your explanation.
Yeah,
I got it.
That's it's a little lofty, but I'm with you on the lazy part. You lost me on the mediocre. Poor to mediocre. Hey, I'm there.
Well, you started with, I was so good at this, I was pausing. Okay.
No, I mean, seriously, this job, unlike most people who talk for a living, this job actually is easy for me. I don't. I can talk.
And I'm going to not give you a compliment.
But I'm lazy.
But I don't know Adam particularly well. For the people out there, I mean, I'm friendly with him. We run in similar circles. But you are by far, and I work with comedians all the time and talk to them all the time. You are top 3 quickest people I've ever talked to. You're very fast.
Oh, thanks,
you
man.
really are very good. And so it is. So I'm agreeing with you that it is your skill and not your effort.
Right, and a lot of guys would work hard and try to be the best. Not me.
That's right.
You have none of that.
Why should I? It comes naturally. Why not just be lazy and get by? Thank you. Let that be a lesson to all the young people listening. Vivian?
Yes.
You're 29. What's up?
29. I have a boyfriend 10 years older than me, scared to death of the vibrator. I mean, not me going after him, but he has an aversion.
But, I understand this, to bringing it into your...
Yes.
How about you using it by yourself?
I have, and he says, I don't want to hear about that.
Because he's afraid he's going to be sort of outdone by it?
I guess.
Made useless? Rendered obsolete?
Well, you guys fall into 2 categories, basically, and I know you'll agree with this, Drew. Right. They're the guys who are constantly trying to exploit a woman's sexuality. Like, come on, baby, let me film us. This is cool. Let's get your friend in here. And then they're the ones who are trying to shut it down. Like, don't do this. Don't wear that. Don't wear that. No. Don't tell me about this.
Okay, then who is he? He does both.
He wants to film you.
But he doesn't want to use
I have extremely large breasts. He wants me to cover up before I go out.
Right.
Okay, and I used to be fairly frisky. I mean, actually pretty perverse. And
what does that mean?
Well, I like domination and that kind of thing. And
how big are your breasts?
Like a triple D.
Holy cow!
Yeah, I have back pain all the time.
Yes.
But
bouncy.
The front's starting to hurt. You a big gal?
So I don't know. I've talked to him about it.
How big are you?
God, I don't know. I'm 5'5".
Bad when they start with the height. Go ahead.
Bad when I start. I'm chubby. I'm a big woman.
All right.
But I have big boobs and hips.
I'm hip to that part. And, there's nothing more comical than a big gal stuffed into that dominatrix outfit, though. It's like Rosie O'Donnell in...
Oh, God, yes.
Escape to Paradise, or whatever that piece of S was. She did Escape to Eden, whatever the hell.
Hey, I've got an idea.
Okay.
Is your vibrator shaped like an actual penis?
Yeah, it's blue, though,
Yeah, but honestly, I think that upsets some guys. Because it looks like, I actually had a friend of mine tell me this once. They don't like it. Like, it looks like a penis, so it's like, it's you, except it's better. Like, it's more fun.
It's another guy in the room.
Can you,
There's another penis here.
And often okay. So maybe go to the store and get a vibrator that doesn't look like a penis. So there's all kinds of fun little,
get one that looks like
you buy dominatrix, so you obviously know the room a little better than I, but go buy something that looks different so you won't feel threatened.
One that looks like a toaster or a microwave.
You don't even like ones with little knobs, and there's plenty of fun stuff.
No. This guy's an idiot.
This
guy's an a-hole.
Mommy role. I can't stand it.
This guy's a mess.
Just because he doesn't.
No, hold on a second.
Film, he thinks she's an nomination.
No. She's a mess. That's, of course, who date her? Do you know what I'm saying? I always talk to Drew when we put him on hold this way, but they can always hear us.
They can because they're listening to the radio.
Yeah.
No, they're listening through the phone.
Oh.
Yeah, but it's still in my weird fantasy world. They can't hear us. Yeah, we're talking behind their back. Yeah, she's a screwball. Who would date her? Another screwball. Plus this guy. Guys are always worse than the women.
Yeah.
So he's her.
Guys.
Yeah, it's screwed up.
But the business of him wanting to film her is disturbing.
Vivian?
Yes?
Can you get away from this guy? I don't trust him.
You don't trust him?
What's he do for a living?
He works in Seattle as a sheet metal worker.
No!
I know. Everybody says that.
It works around metal. That's all you need to know. This is a mess.
That's sort of the bottom of the metal working totem pole, too.
Yeah. Worse than welder. Sheet metal. He's a disaster, this guy.
She's laughing because she kind of knew that was the bottom.
Drew,
it wasn't confirmed, but she kind of knew it was the bottom.
How many times have I said guys who work around metal are a mess?
You can't even count.
Yeah.
And you've never been wrong.
I'm a mess, too, so.
I know. That's what I was saying. Why would anyone who would date you?
I am a nut job, but you know what? I'm a good mom. I'm a good mom.
Oh.
I don't bring that around my daughter.
Oh, yeah. She'll never know it. She'll be in therapy for the rest of her life.
Oh, please.
Yeah. You have a daughter?
Yes.
Oh, good. At least she can be a lesbian or a stripper or something useful to society.
I feel so silly. I feel so tricked. I was giving her actual vibrator. I don't have the instincts that you guys have. I was try this.
Totally taking it out of context.
All right.
We got to go.
Find a new man. Find a new guy, though.
I like Nicole's advice.
He wants to film you. He doesn't want you to. Yeah.
She's gonna find another idiot too. So what the hell?
True. You've just given up. I like that. Exit the Eden was the name of that Rosie O'Donnell.
Yes.
Abortion.
Oh.
We'll be back after this. There you go. Nicole Sullivan, everybody. Enjoy her while she lasts on Mad TV at 11 o'clock on Saturday nights on Fox. And Nicole, when the ABC sitcom comes out, please come back on. And,
Absolutely.
As long as you're not premenstrual.
I'll come on the right time of the month with my list of medical questions for Dr. Drew.
And plug away.
Yeah.
Thanks. Good seeing
Thanks,
you again.
Guys.
So until next time, it's Adam Carolla for Dr. Drew saying mahalo.
Yeah. There you go. Oh, baby. Oh, God.
This has been Loveline. The opinions expressed on this show are not necessarily those of the staff, management, sponsors, or this station. The producer for Loveline is Ann Wilkins Ingle. Loveline is a presentation of Westwood One Entertainment.